Fortnite Season 3 is just over a week away and everything's being leaked, from a live event setting it up, giving us a taste of what's to come, all of the map changes that are going to be reshaping the island and where these are going to be taking place, as well as the location and involvement of the Zero Point in the storyline now that the Death Star's approaching. Not only that, we have a full showcase of all the Battle Pass skins and even ones rotating throughout the item shop for this Star Wars season. Speaking of the item shop, a huge thank you to everyone rocking code FM1, as it literally is one of the shortest and easiest codes to enter, only 3 digits long, and not only from me but my dog Charlie the Charcoal Pug. After all, he gives the orders and is telling you guys to use the code. I don't make this up. No messing around, diving straight into it all before we go over all the map changes and live event, what's going to be shaping them upcoming in Season 3. It's important to note that despite the new reload maps Slurp Rush releasing recently, Oasis and Venture reload maps are back in the Fortnite reload rotation. All 3 maps are here now as a possibility to play, rotating every 20 minutes. Speaking of live events too, Travis Scott's Fortnite concert turned 5 years old as of yesterday, literally half a decade ago, on the Chapter 2 Season 2 map, with 12 million concurrent players on day 1 and 27 million total players attending in the 3 days that it kept replaying. I think we can collectively agree as a community that this was definitely the best Fortnite concert out of all the ones we've seen, as we literally flew over and got teased toward the Chapter 1 map returning at some point, if you remember this scene. In terms of a live event we're about to see literally in less than 48 hours from me uploading this video, so pay close attention, is what's happening with Daigo. Again, you guessed it, a Spirit Realm portal. Last season he used the power of these 6 masks combined to pull his sister Jade, being one of the Spirit siblings, out of the Spirit Realm. In the process of doing so though, despite Shogun X being a boss on these floating islands, which still is in game right now, another version of him stepped out of the Spirit Realm and they both turned ginormous, with them battling it out, looking like Daigo was going to lose, but then pulling it back at the last second, becoming the winner, getting that Victory Royale in this instance. After Jade got freed, with her becoming an NPC in this portal turning gold, of course this set up Season 2 with Midas, another variant of him, this outlaw form, arriving, which seems to be causing havoc this season with all the Crime City location. If you didn't know, before this event starts now, for logging on we get a memory permanently granted as a free reward onto our account of what happened in Chapter 6 Season 1 with the Spirit Realm portal as a loading screen. It also mentions a group called the Spirit Siblings in the description of this, which if you didn't know as well is made up of Daigo, Jade and Kendo. And despite Daigo using some dark powers or magic to free Jade from the Spirit Realm, if you hire either Jade, the Night Rose or Kendo as NPCs now in this build up to the event, which is actually going down very shortly, which we're about to reveal, near Daigo, Jade states, "Brother, no, the Night Rose, he's fallen to the thrall," and Kendo, "How could you do this, Daigo?" The portal's been in game for quite some time now, as you'll have seen from the battle bus, despite the Death Star also being in the sky. This is in Phase 5, shooting up a long-lasting rift, which I'm guessing from prior videos you've seen this stage that it'll be entering once the live event actually starts, which it looks like Fortnite are not putting a timer above again in terms of indicating when it'll be going down, but it's in the next 48 hours as I previously mentioned, and confirmed by Cypher PK right here.
But this Saturday, there's actually going to be a mini event to kick things off and kind of give us a teaser as to what to expect in the season.
As for the live event and what's going to be happening so far, Egyptian Leaker noted, live event details we know so far, build up is 5 stages of beam strikes seen from the bus, which we've seen already. The main event is going to be a boss fight with Kanu's guarding Daigo. Daigo entering the portal with a cinematic also leaked as to what happens when this does occur, and then the aftermath 5 phases of the Death Star getting closer. The cinematic I'm about to show teasing what happens with Daigo once entering the Spirit Realm portal I don't believe is the same one that's played during the event and may just be a teaser or build up for it, but here it is showing a new variant and skin of Daigo also. Daigo's journey into darkness or the spirit realm, I'm guessing, is going to be more so building up until the end of this chapter for a huge finale event, and the reason I say that is because we already kind of know the aftermath of what's going to be happening here, as shown in the Star Wars trailer, with the giant rift opening, allowing the Star Destroyers to come into the sky, and with the Death Star already being in the sky, we're going to see these 4 closer up kind of approaches of it in the final days until Chapter 6 Season 3 releases on May 2nd, which obviously is confirmed to be called Galactic Battle. Despite the entire schedule being leaked, as it starts on May 2nd, just before Star Wars Day, we firstly go with the Imperial Takeover Week, then the Pull of the Force May 8th, Mandalorian Rising May 22nd, Star Destroyer Bombardment 29th of May, and then June 7th Death Star Sabotage, which, if you didn't know, is the live event involving the Death Star, as in Season 3, it's going to be moving again when it's very close to the island, positioning the death ray almost as if it's about to strike something, kinda like shown in the trailer, which seems to be hitting Lone Wolf Lair. Remember how Galactus was approaching the island all the way through Chapter 2 Season 4 and then finally arrived and wanted to harness the power of the 0 point, or was yearning for its energy? This is exactly the type of power that Emperor Palpatine from the Star Wars universe would also want to possess, so I'm guessing that's why he's been attracted to the island since learning of the 0 shard crashing onto Oninoshima, which, if you didn't know, is the name of the Chapter 6 island, which translated from Japanese is Island of Demon. In terms of what's actually going to be going down in this Death Star sabotage, Lulo posted the following right here as to what we can expect, being similar to the Chapter 2 Season 7 Operation Skyfire event. Rumour, yes rumour, so it's not confirmed for now, new potential Season 3 live event info. In the Season 3 Death Star narrative event, similar to Operation Skyfire Chapter 2 Season 7 live event, we may explore the Death Star as we follow another character around to complete a task. The loopers might use a 0 point shard to push the Death Star through a portal, which causes it to both explode and destroy part of the Battle Royale island. This information comes from a source that I cannot fully confirm at the moment. I did get proof of some solid stuff, but still take it with a big grain of salt though. If this info is true, do you think it sounds like a good live event? Personally, I think it does, as if we compare it to the likes of Operation Skyfire in Chapter 2 Season 7, it definitely was a different overall vibe, and obviously gave us a plot twist as to Kevin the Cube, or all of the cubes from all of Fortnite's realities, returning. So if they can replicate this, that would be a huge W. But as for the reason why it's perhaps targeting on the island the death ray of the Death Star Lone Wolf Lair, well, there seems to be this giant statue in this location poking out, surrounded by glass as if it's some sort of attraction with blue glowing eyes. Lone Wolf Lair isn't too far from the centre point of the island, where typically the 0 point is actually positioned underneath the Earth's crust, so it kinda would make sense, and obviously may explain why the blue glowing eyes are very similar to a blue glowing exposed 0 point, potentially powering this thing that's buried a full statue potentially into the ground. Either way, we know Daigo went into the spirit realm to actually try and find the 0 shard, you know, the one that crashed into the island and actually awakened all the portals initially. It's in here, with this being one 0 shard that we know of, as from taking a look at the 0 point in the past, it's made up of so many of these. There could be another one out there, speculated by people like Restro, who made a good point here. Second 0 shard in the Star Wars event rumour, we're supposedly going to use a 0 shard to rift away and destroy the Death Star. The 0 point shard that crashed into Oninoshima is in the spirit realm, so it can't be that. So what if the Empire has their own 0 shard and are currently using it, which may explain how next season is a mashup of different Star Wars eras and Fortnite realities or timelines. And despite Fortnite sending these images out in DMs via X or Twitter to content creators, who've then obviously posted them, showing some of the new locations, such as E8080 in this daytime shot, then the nighttime shot, and also this place which seems to be in the corner of the island, as we can see Lone Wolf Lair in the background, which is crazy as the Millennium Falcon is literally part of this POI but won't be drivable. We expected to see these locations revealed more so by the day, maybe one a day, but right now Fortnite have randomly just posted, ready to plan your new drop spot, and attached a picture of the full map and even some different shots of some of the new POIs. So from opening the image of the map itself, we can see first of all Resistance Base, which is the one with the Millennium Falcon landed down at, is in the top left. In the top right we have the First Order base, in the bottom right we have Outpost Enclave, and Vader's Samurai Solitude in the bottom left. In the image there are two new location close-ups, and I believe this first one right here with the 3 Star Destroyers in the sky in the snow is obviously the First Order base. We know this from taking a look at the actual map itself. As you can see, it's a snowy region on the bird's eye view minimap, so this makes sense. And then we have Outpost Enclave, which is the more interesting one of these closer up newer images posted, as it not only shows the sand crawlers which may be moving around the island like shown in the trailer on the very right, but also the X-Wing vehicles, as we're going to be able to fly X-Wings and TIE fighters like shown in the trailer next season also. Literally right now too, Fortnite have just revealed the Chapter 6 Season 3 Galactic Battle Pass by saying this Battle Pass will make a fine addition to my collection, and as you can see it has 5 outfits as we previously predicted, being Poe Dameron, the Cuddle Team Leader, Chewbacca kind of crossover, this new Sith version of Evie holding a pink Mace Windu light lightsaber, General Grievous holding a blue lightsaber, and then Emperor Palpatine on the very right. And as this next season is 35 days long, of course we're only seeing 2 major downtime updates once the season starts, with the schedule being May 2nd, 35.00, the launch of the season itself, May 15th, the first downtime update being 35.10, May 29th, 35.20, the second downtime update, or last one should I say before June 8th being 36.00, Chapter 6 Season 4. Drop a like if you're hyped and subscribe for more with all notifications turned on so you don't miss any breaking news, leaks or uploads, and don't forget, most importantly, I'm an Epic partner, so enter code FM1 in the shop now for when this rolls around, the brand new Battle Pass. You already know nobody's doing it like me and Charlie the Charcoal Pug, with a giant cutout of our code to simply show our love back to you guys rocking it in the FM1 squad. In terms of other videos, click either of these 2 YouTubes recommended on screen right now, it's a good suggestion. Whilst you wait for that next upload, I do publish here on the channel.